Alrighty, today I wanted to talk about what I would like to read in the month of February. So February is a short month. I have a lot to do because I have a lot kind of changing and going on in my life right now. But that being said, one of my favorite things to do to unwind and calm down when my life gets very hectic is to read. Also, the new Pokemon just came out and I can't stop playing it. Like, I was able to pull myself away and off the couch solely because my Switch needed to charge and I can't find the wire charger, so I have to put it back on to charge every time. And I refuse to turn off PLO. I'm doing a rewatch marathon and I think I'm driving my partner and my dog crazy by doing that. So I'm gonna start off the video with what I have started, like picked up in the month of January and intend to finish in February. So first and foremost, I'm continuing my reread and I'm gonna keep on with Harry Potter. I would like to read book 4, Goblet of Fire, in the month of February. I'm on chapter 3. It's just something I pick up when I feel like being cozy. There's supposed to be a snowstorm tonight, so this is probably gonna be one that I pick up later today and read a couple of chapters. I do have the illustrated edition of book 4 as well. Like, I have 1 to 4, the ones that are released yet, so maybe I'll kind of bounce back and forth and read that. Next, I started To Paradise from Hanya Yanagihara. This is one of my favorite modern day authors. Absolutely loved A Little Life, loved People in the Trees, and this is their newest release. I started this in the month of January, right when it came out, but as much as I love their writing, and I do, and this is nothing against the actual work of this author, because I have nothing bad to say, this bind up is so stiff and difficult to read that I put a hold on the ebook from my library, and I'm just waiting for that to come in before I finish this. I got a few chapters in, really was enjoying it, but I was having such a hard time reading this physical copy because it is so, like, that's as much as it opens naturally and it just wants to snap back. So you're really pushing down every page and it was just physically uncomfortable to read. I saw there was only one in use for our e-copy from the library, so it should only be a couple weeks wait. I should have it at the top of February, if not like a week or so into it, and I will continue reading To Paradise. But I love it so far. I believe we're following 3 different time jumps, so the book is sectioned off into 3 different times in which we are in a fictionalized North America where I think it's fantabulous writing. If I'm maybe magical realism, that's right. So we follow in 1893, 1993, and 2093, 3 different timelines of fictionalized America. And so far, I'm loving it. Sorry if you can hear snoring. That is my dog who's cozied up on the couch. Next, I started Bone Shard Emperor. This is book 2 in the Bone Saga? The Drowning Empire. Not even close. This is one, again, I started it briefly and I wound up forgetting I had to read Crescent City, so I picked that up, and then after that I kind of just wanted to read like fantasy romance, just like smut, so I wasn't in the mood for this one, but I plan to start this more towards the end of February, kind of finish off my month because I started already, but this is another one I'm just waiting for the ebook to come in. And I read quite quickly with the e-reader, so once those come in, they'll probably get finished by then. Next up, we have 4 books that I plan to start and finish this month. First, we have Neon Gods by Katie Robert. I knew nothing about this. It is a Hades Persephone retelling. If you watched my last video, you'll know how disappointed I was with A Touch of Darkness. I love Hades Persephone. not just retellings, like I just love the story. It's fascinating, tragic story. So my friend let me borrow this, saying how it's supposed to be just fantastic. It sells out every time we get it at work. So I'm really excited. I might even just start this today, where I have a couple of days off and I am feeling a little worse for the wear. This might be a good one just to sit on the couch, cozy up while I wait for more Pokemon. Next, I have These Violent Delights. This is one I read a while ago, but I don't think I finished it. Maybe. I got an ebook from the library and I just don't think I ever finished it for one reason or another, but this is a fantasy romance inspired by Romeo and Juliet. I don't believe it's a retelling. I think it's just an inspiration, but what I really appreciate is the heroine of this is called Juliet and the male protagonist is called Roma. So they did not go with a hard Romeo, which I appreciate. But like I said, this is fantasy mixed with romance. So you obviously have the two families that don't get along, and these two are reluctantly falling in love. But there's a fantasy element where a monster is sort of being released in this fictionalized 20 era Shanghai, and basically Juliet and Roma are trying to figure out what's going on. Next, I would like to read Daughter of Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tan. I don't know anything about this really. I just saw one of my friends kind of talk about it a little bit, so I would like to read it. It is inspired by a Chinese legend. So the idea is a young woman is trying to set her mother free, but to do that, I believe she has to go to the immortal realm to begin this quest. So that's all I really know about it, but it's absolutely one of the more gorgeous covers I own. So I'm so excited to dig my teeth into this one. And then I couldn't not pick it up. If you watch my last video, you'll see how much I love Jade City. I have to pick up Jade War this month, book 2 in the Greenbone saga. This is a completed series, so I know I won't have to be waiting around. Whenever I would like, I can finish off with the 3rd book. I've heard great things about the 3rd book. I was fortunate enough to get an ARC, but actually had never read the series, so that was weird. But I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen to the Call siblings that we have fallen in love with, and just where this escalating, what was in book 1 a Cold War, this escalating gang war is going to turn into by book 2. I'm going to try not to read this right away, but also no promises. I kind of want to start reading it right now. That is all of the books I want to read in the month of February. I'm really trying to force myself to slow down. Oh, absolutely not. House of Sky and Breath. I don't know if I can't remember if that's what it's called, but book 2 in the Crescent City series comes out this month. So I'll obviously be reading that as well. It comes out on the 15th. And I believe as well there's a new Tahara Mafi book that comes out this month that a customer was talking to me about, that I never read the Shatter Me series. It wasn't something that I felt I would be interested in, but this new standalone fantasy that they're coming out with sounds right up my alley, an enemies to lovers fantasy, I believe. So I will probably pick that up as well. But that is it for the month of February. I'm really trying to force myself to slow down, stop reading everything. I'm only supposed to read 50 books this year, but all of these good releases are coming out. I don't know what to do with myself. So I will try to restrain and refrain from binging all of these series, but no promises. I will see you guys in my next video where I'm going to be reviewing V.E. Schwab's Gallant before its release. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.